Hey, it's Nikki Thompson, and you're listening to Tea with Nikki, embracing your sexual energy. And today is part 3 of our 3-part series, The Beginner's Guide to Masculine and Feminine Energy. If you haven't listened to the other 2 parts, then please go back and listen to those. It's the last 2 episodes, so it's all 3 in a row. And this episode is all about tapping into your feminine energy for your best life. So we're going to be kind of I'm going to be referencing, I guess, the last 2 episodes, but I will try and make it so that you don't have to go and listen to the last 2 episodes to really understand all of it. But I definitely urge you to do that. Now, if you want to continue the conversation, come and join me over in my free Facebook group, Momentum with Nikki. I will put the link in the show notes. And I would also love for you to come and find me on social media, and be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any amazing episodes. All right. I think that's all of the things that I needed to say. If you want to go deeper, if you've been loving this series, if you want to go deeper, I've mentioned it before, the Pleasure Program is my online program. I have 2 core online programs, the Pleasure Program and the Vibe Program, and they're both amazing. If you want both of them, there is a package. But if you just want the Pleasure Program, it's $111. It goes for there's 3 segments to it. It is fucking amazing. I love, love, love that program, and it's available for you to watch right now. So if you'd like to get access to that, send me a message, and I can send you the link to that. All right, let's get into it. This series is, oh my God, amazing. I have been on my own sexual energy journey, unlocking, awakening. I don't know what the fuck you'd call it, but it's been intense. I was, a quick recap for those who don't know me. I have always been very much in my masculine side. For most of my life, I felt as though emotions were weak and being too feminine was ditzy and self-absorbed. And I had all of these stories and beliefs holding me back from living an epic life because of what, we learn and absorb as we're a child, and then a lot of stuff in high school as a teenager. And they kind of form my beliefs around the masculine feminine. And I felt as though it was unsafe to be overly feminine, to be too emotional. And so staying in my masculine really served me and kept me safe. And that is also the cause of a lot of health issues that I had, because and this is what I chat about in part 1 of this series, is when you are very much suppressing the feminine side as a woman, it is actually causing very real physical effects on your hormones in your body. And so by suppressing that feminine side of me for such a long time, I had a lot of issues, hormonal balance issues, and it caused things like polycystic ovaries and endometriosis. I'm not saying it was the only cause of it, definitely not, but I definitely look back now and see that there is a relationship between the way that I was living, the way that I was thinking, and the effects it was having on my body. And I have enjoyed this journey because I no longer have endometriosis. I no longer have many of the side effects of polycystic ovaries, which, if you know what that is, it's just fucking awful. It's like I had almost like a beard situation happening, like a lot. I mean, electric, what is it called? Laser hair removal is a godsend. But lots of facial hair, which really made me self-conscious. Even on my arms, it was like super dark hair. I already have dark hair as it is, and I was just like extra hairy as a woman, and I was very self-conscious of that. Now I just embrace it. Like, I get laser where I need to, shave what I need to. But for me, that was a really difficult thing to go through as a teenager and in my 20s. And since embracing the feminine side, I've realized that's just like I have less and less of those side effects now, and really have embraced the emotional side of my feminine energy, and really, really embraced like getting dressed up, feeling feminine in as well as being smart. Because I always, and I talk about this in one of the other episodes, I always associated being overly feminine as being stupid. And that was my own stories, my own beliefs of what I'd taken on as a teenager, I would say, or even as a child. And for me, it's like I have now the emotional intelligence to decide how I want to be. I can be feminine, super smart. I love tapping into the masculine as well and being super organized and focused and driven, and then also back into the feminine and really feeling into things and making decisions based on my intuition and my sexual energy, and understanding the beauty of both masculine and feminine energies. And that's why it's so important. This episode is all about tapping into your feminine for your best life. And that is really talking about both feminine and masculine. We swing among both. And we have our best life when we understand our cycle, which was the last episode. When we understand our cycle, we understand when to make the important decisions. We need to understand what we need to be giving ourselves, what support we need at different times of our cycle. We need to understand that we are powerful when we are emotional, when we are accepting all parts of us, then we are a powerful woman. If we are just focused on being driven and masculine, then we're suppressing the feminine, and that can cause a lot of stress and anxiety and depression. And we're being overly feminine, we can become quite clingy and needy, and that doesn't feel great either. So we need to look at and understand what our own unique balance of the two energies are. And when we understand our own unique balance of the two energies and then take it to the next fucking level by really supporting that, my God, things will shift so dramatically, so dramatically. And that's what I want for you. I want you to be in a space that feels so amazing. And it's not always going to feel amazing, but you will have the emotional intelligence to understand that life is both good and bad. It's happy and sad. It's masculine, it's feminine. There's all the yin and the yang help balance things out. And that's when we understand that, when we embrace that, and when we nurture that and know how to nurture it, we can really live our best life. Our businesses can thrive, our work can thrive, our families can thrive, our relationships can thrive. And it's not just like we understand it, boom, I'm done. It's really all about knowing how to do that and knowing that it's a journey. It's an actual journey of constantly learning. Our hormones are constantly changing as a woman. I'm about to turn 35. And so, as I get older, my, start to move into that menopause stage, hormones are changing all over again. I need to continue to be in a space where I'm loving, nurturing, and understanding what my body needs. Life is meant to continue to just get better and better and better. And it does if you allow it, and it does if you embrace it and nurture it. And that's what I really want for you. So if you haven't listened to the last 2 episodes, I really do urge you to do that. And also the pleasure program does go so much deeper into all of these elements. And just a quick reference, I've been reading Beyond Mars and Venus, and that's really helped me understand. I've been learning a lot over the past few years about the masculine, feminine energies. I just thought it was so fucking woo-woo that it was like my masculine side was like, nah, not interested. Until I realized that, hang on a second, it's so essential. It's such important information for me to understand and embrace in order to create a beautiful family life, but also as an example for my children as well, so that they understand their own bodies and what they need at different stages, and how to nurture themselves, and what support they need, and being able to ask for support and receive support and give support and all of those types of things. It's so important. So this series is a beginner's guide to masculine and feminine energy. There is so much more to continue to learn, and if you're interested, just hit me up. I run a range of programs, masterminds, and events that cater for this type of content. This is what I'm all about, because I am so passionate about everyone learning to understand their bodies and understand and be confident and embracing their sexual energy, because it's such a crucial part of our life. So I wanted to end this series on a high note. I really wanted to say that this is such a journey and it's going to be emotional, and that is the best part, because when we allow ourselves to be emotional, we can just really live a depth of life that we didn't know was available when we are numb. When we become numb to emotions, which is such a sad state to be in, which is where I was and am no longer. I'm definitely not numb. I'm definitely riding the roller coaster of emotions, which is just a powerful way to live. And I could never go back to a different way, to the old way of living once you open that door. So I really do hope you've enjoyed this series. I would love for you to share it with family and friends who you feel like they should really understand. When I talk about sexual energy and I talk about orgasms and all of that fun stuff, I have so much fun with it, because I know it freaks some people out because it's so taboo. And I think that's why I like talking about it so much, because my vision is that none of this is taboo anymore. My vision is that we can all talk about pleasure. We can all talk about sex. We can all talk about orgasms and masturbation without feeling like it's dirty, that it's taboo, that it's not okay, that it's, not how a good girl behaves. And so these are the types of things that I really have this vision that we can, because until this is just normal conversation, women are going to be held back. And that's not okay in my book. So continue the conversations, come and join us in the group, and come and find out more information if you want to chat with me. I love to chat. All right, I hope you have the most epic week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.